I just wanted to discuss the concept of whether we live in a simulation. And this concept was actually brought into academia by the philosopher Nick Bostrom, who I believe wrote a thesis on simulation theory. So it might have originated with philosophers and movie makers like The Matrix, but it is in academic literature. And basically in his paper, from my memory, which I'm just trying to remember what he said, but I think he said that he gives three possible hypothetical statements, and he says one of them needs to be true. So he doesn't say that we definitely live in a simulation, but he says that one of these three scenarios must be correct. The first scenario is that societies like ourselves never reach a level of technological maturity to develop realistic simulations with conscious beings in them, and something stops them from reaching that level of technological maturity. And unfortunately that could be something like nuclear war, or them developing technologies that they cannot handle, leading to them not going on, unfortunately. The other scenario, he says, is that they do reach a level of technological maturity to develop such simulations, but they choose not to, perhaps because it costs too much money or data or energy, or they just see it as unethical and immoral to make simulated beings. And the third scenario is we are almost certainly living in a simulation. And I forgot to incorporate the idea that in the first scenario that something stops us from developing those simulations. I think it could be that it's just not possible by the laws of computation. That's another thing that could stop us, just it not being possible to make such simulations. But he says that one of these three statements needs to be true. What do you think about this, and have you ever heard of Nick Bostrom's simulation theory? I think it's something that we will all be thinking about more in the age of AI.